Well, this is the video for today. I was going to make a Chainsaw Man video today, but it's getting pushed back to tomorrow, and that's also going to be a voiceover because I want to make it a voiceover, but this video just came to my mind because another one of my friends is dropping ReZero. Now, I don't know if they are actually fully dropping it, but they hinted that they might, and I really want to make a ReZero video. I know I already did the greatness of ReZero, but I need to talk about Subaru real quick, because I love Subaru, and I need to see why people don't like him. So if you don't, just leave in the comments why you don't like Subaru, because I really like him, and I think he's an amazing protagonist, so I'm just going to talk about why I like him. But there is definitely downfalls in Subaru's character, so please do leave down in the comments down below why, if you don't like him, or if you do like him, leave down in the comments why you do. So yeah, let's just get into this video. I know it's going to be a little bit of a rant, but I'm also trying to get some in-depth analysis on him, so hope you guys enjoy, and let's just get into it. So to start off for me, I want to go about how Subaru as a character goes about his way of emotions like a real human being. He does not just go about it like, oh, me have big sword, me swing, me win, he. He goes about it in a way that's very normal for a human. He goes about it in a way that's very humanistic. But with this humanistic nature, he really has to go about it with his strengths. In a world where his strengths are nothing compared to others, in his world, he is very weak because he is a normal human in a fantasy world. And how does he win these situations? He wins by going through every single scenario in these situations by his only strength, which is death. Now, if you don't know, death is a very, very, very hard-hitting thing. And for someone who has gone through death or has experienced death in their life, not really gone through it, but experienced it and seen someone die in their life, they know how impactful a death can be and how much courage it should take to take someone's life. Well, Subaru almost on the daily has to commit suicide, which is just something super impactful and shows so much courage throughout Subaru's life inside this fantasy world, as he has to go through this mental struggle of how he has to go about it and how he has to find the perfect situation by ending his own life, which is something that's so detrimental to a human being, is seeing someone lose their life. And to do it yourself is very hard to do because your body functions in a way that makes so you don't want to. Your body pushes yourself away from committing suicide. But for Subaru, he has to do it almost on the daily, if so even more than that, because for him, the only way to find these perfect scenarios is through his own death. And that shows a very, very dark twist inside the story. A very, very dark twist in Subaru's character, which is something that I really do enjoy, but I also do feel really bad about. But the use of this in ReZero is done to perfection, as it shows Subaru as this superhumanistic protagonist in this unrealistic world, and I think it's the perfect driving force for ReZero, and something that makes it so unique from every other isekai. And for ReZero, I think it does it in a perfect fashion, as it's not the only thing that deteriorates Subaru's mental state. Every single time he does it, usually he sees a death before it, which makes it even more hard-hitting for him, because he sees someone he cares about dying over and over and over again, to the point where he actually mentally breaks down multiple times. That's something that you don't see with many protagonists. You'll see them cry and get back up and be like, I'll never give up, I'll never do this. But for Subaru, it's very different. He cries to let emotions out. He cries because he's a human inside this unrealistic world, and there's nothing he can do about it but try to save the people he cares about. And that's why I think Subaru as the protagonist of ReZero is such a well-written protagonist compared to everyone else. It's because he's taken in a very humanistic manner, and I think that's something that makes Subaru so much different from every other anime/manga or even light novel protagonist. But not only that, Subaru really goes through denial, and it's very hard to really notice this, but as he's in this unrealistic world, he becomes unrealistic himself. But not his normal self, but the self that's around characters that he cares about, because he doesn't want to show them weakness that he has. He doesn't want to show them that he is a realistic person. He wants to show them that he's just like everyone else, he's just as strong, and by doing so, it makes it even harder for him to commit suicide, because when it does happen, it takes a lot more off of him, and he has to do it over and over again so that he has these perfect scenarios so these characters don't see him in a different light, which helps Subaru have a pushing force that's so much different and so much unique from every other protagonist. Every other protagonist pushing force in almost everything is either revenge or them wanting to reach a goal, while Subaru is really just trying to protect the people he really cares about, and how he does that is through his only strength and death, which is just a mentally deteriorating state of Subaru just needing to keep deteriorating his brain so that he can protect the people he loves. which is something you don't see often. Yes, you can say this about Guts, he is always mentally deteriorating as time goes on, but it's in a different manner. Because Subaru's doing this to himself, and there's no way that he can stop it because he's trying to have the perfect scenario. Which is why Subaru is so great. He's trying to be a human in this world of unrealistic fashion. He's trying to be himself. He's just trying to live a life that he likes, but to do that, he has to die. Which is something that is super impactful when you really think about it deeply. Because the impact of death is one of the most impactful things for a human being to ever go through. It hurts a human being so much, yet Subaru does it so much throughout his lifetime. He dies over and over and over again, just to see a life he's happy about. And that's one reason I think that Subaru is such an amazingly written character, and one of the really best protagonists out there. It's because of how Subaru deals with these things, like a normal, exactly humanistic fashion. There's nothing else you can say about Subaru that really takes him away from humans. He's just trying to pretend that he isn't, but he really is just a normal person. And that's why Subaru is one of the best written characters in my opinion. But even like characters like Subaru and Guts and Luffy, they all have pitfalls in their characters. One major thing about Subaru is his normalcy. Since he's a normal human, a lot of people don't like that. Now, I like it a lot because it's something super different, but a lot of people don't like it because he can't really do anything special. The only special thing he does is shove a knife in his throat to restart time, which is something that I think is super insane why people don't like him about, but people can like whatever they like, and his normalcy is definitely somewhat annoying sometimes. So I can see why people don't like it, but why his normalcy is there and the reasoning behind everything he does is why I love Subaru and basically all of ReZero, because in my opinion, having Subaru as a driving force in a series as unrealistic as ReZero with such a realistic, humanistic character makes it so much better. But that's just me. I love Subaru. I know this is basically like an 8-minute rant, but I think it's great. Definitely highly suggest it, but I know a lot of people do love it. But for the people who don't like it, because just basically everyone I talk to nowadays doesn't like it, it's kind of annoying, but I would definitely say just try it and just kind of think during it and be like, okay, how would I normally go through a situation like this, so unrealistic? How would I deal with all the things that this guy goes through? And as a normal human being, most of us would do exactly what Subaru does. So that's just one thing I wanted to let out in the air because it's been really annoying me about everyone roasting Subaru and I love him so much. So just want to let that be known. I love Subaru. I love ReZero. I really highly suggest it to everyone. But yeah, that should be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry for the little rant, but next video is going to be about Chainsaw Man. So hope you guys enjoy that too. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.